What's up, guys? It's Shalito of the Great, back with another video, back here with another commentary video. And if you guys are hearing noises, that's my generator outside of my house that's giving power into my house. I already shared the update in the community post, and if not, you could just go to my channel and check on community, which is like the community post that I post on my YouTube channel, just to see why you guys are hearing the generator. Now, for this video, I've been wanting to talk about this, but since I got other videos that I wanted to pour out onto my YouTube channel, I do want to talk about this topic that I've been talking about for the past couple of months. When I first made a video talking about why I don't like console exclusive games, which I'll leave a link to that video in the description. And it is a game that I've been wanting to play, but unfortunately I don't have the correct console to play it, and that is an Xbox Series X. Now, at the time, I had enough money to pay for a PS5. It took me about like 4 to maybe 3 years to gather enough money to get the PS5 because it got announced, I think it was back in 2019, and then it got released in 2020. In 2020, I didn't have money to get the PS5. 2021, still didn't have money to get the PS5. 2022, now I have enough money to get the PS5, but the problem is the stores like Walmart, Best Buy, they don't even have the PS5, all right? Because since it's a very lucrative item in this current era, the chances of me getting a PS5 are very, very rare. Then 2023 passes by, I still have hope for the PS5. I was tempting to get the Xbox Series X, but then it wouldn't make sense for me to get a PS4 and then switch to Microsoft because I can't even do, like a data transfer, all right? And I didn't even know what a data transfer was until I got the PS5. And it was pretty scary when I got the PS5 and I did the data transfer because I didn't want the PS4 to overheat. So then after doing the data transfer, transferring the games from the PS4 to the PS5, and once that thing was done, I had to put the accounts in, the passwords in, put in the Wi-Fi, set the entire thing up, and yeah, it was a pretty long process. And then we also had to get the licenses to the games from the PS4 to the PS5 and restore it. So then we can play the games from the PS4 to the PS5, and then we could play. It just took a long process for us to play games that we got from the PS4 to the PS5, which was tiring and nerve-wracking because we didn't want the PS4 to overheat. And I know I'm talking too much. So before I got the PS5, I found out about this game called Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And it is a game that I've been wanting to play for a while until I found out that this game is only on Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and on PC. I mean, specifically for Windows. And also on Steam, but not for PlayStation. And hence the only reason why it's not on the PlayStation, because Microsoft called the shots, which is a no-brainer of why the game is not on the PlayStation. And since I've been looking forward to play this game, and I've been very hesitant to like watch gameplay of people playing Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I know that Jacksepticeye played Ori and the Blind Forest like a couple years back, and then Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out in 2020. I also found out that there is a definitive edition for Ori and the Blind Forest, which I do want to play, but the problem is I need to get an Xbox Series X, which is $500, and I don't have $500 in my pocket right now. And it would be pretty dumb for me to get $500 to pay for a console in order to play a game that I want to play, because it's only playable on that system, and it just feels like a waste of money, all right? I then made a video talking about if the next Ori game is going to be on the PlayStation, which I'll leave a link to that video as well. Long story short, the next video is going to be published not by Microsoft, which is cool, and the next game is going to be multi-platform, which is also good news. But my only worry is that when the third Ori game is going to be out, is there a possibility for me to play the 3 Ori games? I mean, including the third Ori game, all right? I don't want to watch somebody play Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps, because I want to play the game by myself and experience it by myself. And I know there's some Ori fans out there, but they're probably not watching this video because I'm a very small YouTuber with 800 subscribers, which makes sense. I'm not trying to roast myself. I'm just telling you the basics. And I even made tweets where if there's going to be an Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps PlayStation port that's going to be in the PlayStation Showcase. And while there hasn't been a PlayStation port for Ori for the PlayStation 5, but there's been some games that got my attention that, even though it wasn't what I wanted, it was something that I'm also interested in. And I even made a tweet where hopefully there's going to be a PlayStation port for Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps on the Summer Game Fest, but I also checked that in the 40 partners picture, if you can take a really good look on the 40 partners that are going to be on the Summer Game Fest, you don't see Moon Studios. I mean, you see PlayStation and Xbox, but the possibility of Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps having a PlayStation port, I don't know the chances, okay? They're either very, very, very low, but I guess zero. And I don't like being that guy guy where every time I see a director from a game or from a gaming studio from a game that makes a tweet, I'm just gonna say something like, hey, when is this game gonna be on the PlayStation port? Or when is the next game gonna have a trailer? Is it gonna be on the Summer Game Fest? I don't like being needy, and I don't like being just like an annoying hunch, okay? Because I know that Thomas Mandler is working their hardest to pour out this new ARPG into the works, okay? Maybe it might be on the Summer Game Fest. It could be pretty cool. The chances of Ori being on the Summer Game Fest are pretty low, but I don't really know if it's gonna be possible. I'm not gonna lie, I do sound pretty crazy when I'm making this video, but since I already got done with my ranting, which is gonna take like a good 30 minutes for me to edit every time I took a breath, every time I stutter, but I might as well just leave it in. I mean, some parts. I want to talk about this article that was posted back in February of this year. The director of Ori says that the next game is going to be either a make or break when it's going to be released. Ori developer Moon says its next game could make or break the studio. The company is aiming to revolutionize the ARPG genre. The head of Moon Studios has said its next game could make or break the company. Following 2015's Ori and the Blind Forest and 2020's Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Moon's third game is an action RPG set to be published by Private Division. Posting on Twitter, Moon Studio CEO and game director Thomas Mandler said the studio had no plans to play it safe with the upcoming game. Quote, "Our next project is going to be a make or break moment for Moon," he wrote. "Either we manage to revolutionize the ARPG genre or we'll slowly fade away into the distance." While that should be scary, I love the challenge. Diablo, PoE, I don't know what game that is, etc. We're coming for you. May the best one win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys, Moon, are funded by Private Division for this work, so it's only gonna work in your favor if it does. Studio and its people will be just fine. That's not really how the game industry works. It's a hit-driven business. If we make a great product, people buy it and we get to make more. If our product doesn't perform, chances are we're not gonna get another shot. So you can either play safe or swing for the fences. Mandler also confirmed that the game will have a top-down camera perspective. Moon was formed in 2010 by Mandler, a former cinematic artist at Blizzard Entertainment, and I had to go to Google Translate to say this name correctly. Gennady Korol, a former senior graphics engineer at Animation Lab. Quote, "Developing the Ori series over the last decade has been a fantastic experience for our team, and we're thrilled to now be aiming our sights even higher with a new action RPG." The pair said in 2020, when it was announced that Private Division would be publishing the game. Quote, "We attribute our success to the iterative polish process we use at Moon Studios, and we're continuing that style of development to create a new game that rises above anything we've created thus far." A job advert for a game designer posted in late 2019 first revealed that Moon was working on an action RPG. It called for experience playing titles such as Diablo, Zelda, and Dark Souls, and claimed that the opportunity would offer the successful candidate the chance to work on an RPG that dares to innovate and go far beyond what the genre has offered players thus far. So I went to the tweet where he said our next project is going to be a make or break to the studio, just to get some more information, or just some information that people have to say when Thomas Mandler tweeted this, and here's what I got. "Great to hear it. I love ARPGs, but for me they evolve too much in direction for Excel Simulator. I like the action part move. I very much agree. Finding the right loot is fun, but it shouldn't just be all about getting some gear or skill that's 0.1% better than your current. That's why you don't want to be stuck with outdated combat systems. ARPGs are awesome early game, but always wind up being speeding through packs of enemies, blowing them up mindlessly. I love Ori, and I look forward to your spin on ARPGs. I wonder why nobody has made a third-person ARPG rather than Isometric. I think I meant to say Insomniac, but I don't know. I hear you. I don't know why this noise is supposedly necessary either. It's not fun to me to mindlessly mash a button against hordes of enemies without me even having to use my brain for a second. Also love how the first boss in Immortal has 11.00 HP, which should course correct. I've always felt there should be a loop, Trash Packs X, that then flow to a segmented section where there is a larger single enemy or two with a skill check like dodge or parry, and then back to packs. The packs also lack identity as they die so fast, they just become visual spam. Too much trash loot, too much trash mobs. Agreed. I'm pretty sure Microsoft was willing to make you guys first party, but you didn't want to sell. If that is true, wouldn't that have been a better idea? Don't that ensure job security, or am I wrong? Why would it have been? We knew that we're making this ARPG next that could become pretty huge, so why sell? I don't get why the prevalent idea out there is that success means selling out. I'm happy if we get to keep doing what we're doing while making tons of players happy. If you look at the industry long term, how many studios sold out only to then lose their edge? Usually after a sellout, you see the heads of the studio leave sometime after. Our goal wasn't ever to just do this for money and to get to an exit strategy. We do it because it's fun. And here's some other tweets that I feel like it could be a tease to the next ARPG that Moon Studios is currently making. We're investing quite heavily into turning our next project into a game that changes on a constant basis. I want to always keep players on their toes. Every new day should be a surprise, and it shouldn't just be random. How does a game that isn't a GAAS, I don't know what that is, do that? Unless it would be in some way? We've been asking ourselves that for a while, and I hope we come up with the right answer. In our pursuit to revolutionize the ARPG genre, we have to be okay with taking big risks. Some bets will work, others won't, and if we get lucky, some might change the entire genre. Are you going down the Animal Crossing route of trying to add something just a little bit new every day? We are absolutely taking a lot of inspiration from games like Animal Crossing, but in our own unique Moon Studios way. I think it will be quite difficult to write a walkthrough or a wiki that stays useful for a prolonged period of time. And I also saw this tweet that an animator that got hired into Moon Studios was working with the team, and here's like a little bit of a sneak peek of the animation that he's been doing for Ori, and Thomas Miller makes a tweet saying, hey, I know this little guy. So that's all I have for now for just making a video, just ranting about why I want to play this game and why it's tough for me to be an enjoyer of Ori, even though I haven't played any of the games, and although the game hasn't gotten a PlayStation port yet. Hopefully it's gonna be in a PlayStation port on the Summer Game Fest, and if not, maybe I'll wait next year. I don't know. Once again, I'm very sorry that I sound pretty desperate of me wanting to play the Ori game, or basically the Ori series in general. I know that this game is on the Nintendo Switch, but the problem is I want to experience this game on the PlayStation, and the PlayStation is like the primary console that I play for basically every time I play games. All right, I mean, the Nintendo Switch is fine, don't get me wrong, but it's just that I want to play this game on my primary console and experience this game for myself, and also pour out my reactions to playing this game for you guys when I post it on my YouTube channel. Hence the reason why I want to play this game on the PlayStation and show you guys like a live stream, and maybe I might do a video essay. I mean, this feels like a video essay of me just making a video ranting about Ori and just talking about why I want this game to be on the PlayStation port. And recently I've seen like some updates or like some news about the game that I want to share with you guys, and this topic has been on hold for quite some time, so now that I'm pouring this out, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. That's gonna be it, and let me know if you're a fan of Ori as well. I'm curious to know, and if you guys have enjoyed the Ori series, but just don't give me some spoilers of the Ori games, because I just want to experience this game for myself, and also my primary console, the PlayStation. And maybe the game is gonna be announced on the Summer Game Fest. I don't know, maybe on the Xbox showcase, maybe like the next Ori game. But again, when there's an Xbox showcase, I can't be excited because I don't have an Xbox to play any of the games that are going to be shown on the Xbox showcase, which I think is going to happen on June 11th, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I do hope the Ori game is going to be on the Summer Game Fest, and if not, I guess I'll just have to wait next year for a PlayStation port. But with all that out of the way, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about the video. This is Wolf Dog Gray, and I'll see y'all later. See ya.